How's it going, guys? Welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about photography niches and the importance of, as a photographer, finding your niche, when to find your niche, and how to find your niche, and what are the dangers of finding a niche and everything that goes along with it. It's something that I've been putting a lot of thought to personally, and it's something I wanted to make a video about. Before we get started, I would really appreciate if you subscribe to the channel, leave a like on the video, and as you watch the video, comment your thoughts on what I'm talking about and what you think about it. It would be awesome to hear from you, and also follow me on Instagram at jfernvisions. So there's one common thing I see amongst all of the masters of photography, and not just photography, just art in general, is that the masters of their craft always have one niche or one genre of photography that they fall into. And this is just common amongst all art, not just photography, but specifically I'm going to be talking about photography today. And I think it's important for us to really look at that and see the importance of why these masters of photography, these people we consider to be the best of the best, why do they niche down and why do they have one genre that they work in. As I kind of dove deeper into photography niches and what different master photographers work in, I kind of started to realize that that's probably the biggest issue right now that I have as a photographer. I don't have one specific niche or genre of photography that I consider myself to be working in. When people ask me what type of photography do, I tell them I freelance in real estate and commercial product shoots and the occasional portraits and event shoot. And then my creative work is a mix of landscapes and street photography and cars and, product photography and a ton of other things. And I think this is a major issue when trying to advance in a photography career. Because if you look at what the master photographers do, each one of them have a specific genre. If I would have asked Richard Avedon what he shot, he would have told me fashion. Steve McCurry would tell me photojournalism, and Peter Lick would tell me he shoots landscapes. And the same can be said for pretty much all art. I think in music, a rap artist wouldn't make a metal album, and a metal artist wouldn't make a rap album. So then as I start to realize this, my question for myself, and I know for a lot of other photographers I know struggle with this, is when or what do we make our niche? What genre do we end up falling in the long run? And I know for myself, if you look at my work from the past 2 years, even on Instagram, there's a clear confusion on what's going on. There's a period of time where I'm shooting just landscapes around Miami, and then there's a period of time where I'm doing like street photography or urban landscapes, but then I'll start shooting cars and then do some product and food photography. And a lot of that could be just due to the situation we're in now, but I think for 2 years I've been confused on what exactly do I want to shoot and what exactly do I want to share. And even though I have my professional work on the side, which pretty much just has to do with whatever is going to bring in money, my creative work is all over the place. But what I end up telling myself whenever I think about this is that I'm still young in my photography journey and in my photography career. I've only been doing this for about 3 years, and while I've grown a lot in the last 3 years, I don't think I'm anywhere close to being a true master or true expert on photography. There's still a lot that I'm learning. I'm going to be shooting today in the Everglades, so I'm going to take you guys along with me and talk about this topic while I'm out shooting and record that. So enjoy the rest of the video. Thank you guys again for watching and enjoy the rest of it. So guys, good day of shooting. I think I'm done. I think I'm gonna head straight back now home. A good day overall. The park was actually more packed than I anticipated. I mean, it makes sense because it's the holidays, and I talked to several groups of people, and pretty much all of them were from out of town. So everyone's just traveling, seeing the park, which is good. But yeah, I'm gonna head back home. Picked up a Lenny and Larry's cookie and a Monster. So I'm gonna open this now. I parked on the side of the road so I can film this clip. And just kind of snack for a sec before I head home. So I was planning on shooting the rest of this conversation out, in trails and stuff like that, but pretty much everywhere I went, there was just too many people. There's too many people, and I went to another spot and it was just too windy. So I decided just to park here also and finish it up and kind of talk about it more. I hope you enjoyed the photos. I'm going to put the photos I took before this, and I hope you guys enjoyed them. I think I got a couple decent shots. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is kind of the importance of finding a niche and what are the benefits, what are the pros. And one of the main ones I usually think about, and this doesn't just apply to photography but can apply to pretty much anything else, is you kind of want to stray away from being a jack of all trades and a master of none. I'm sure you've heard that saying before. And I think this is super important, specifically when trying to become a professional photographer and actually have a career in this. You want to be able to master one craft and be like the guy for that one craft. Whatever the gig is, whether it's fashion photography, you want to be known as the fashion photographer in your area. And when people look at your portfolio, this is what they know you for. And that's not to say that you can't be really good at all these other, photography genres, but I think it's important that if you really want to master or become a master in a specific area, the only way to really do that is dedicate as much time as possible and not be as distracted from other, aspects of photography and just work in general. Another important aspect and benefit of kind of having a niche is social media. And obviously social media and Instagram is so important for photographers today and just content creators in general and for companies and all of that. So taking myself as a poor example or an example of what not to do, over the past year or 2 years, if you take a look at my Instagram, there's, like I mentioned earlier, periods of times where I'm doing landscape or street photography or cars and just like a broad mix of things, which hurts me in the long run, and it's actually one of the main reasons why I think I haven't grown as much this year as I kind of wanted to, and I've actually seen a decrease in likes and engagement and just overall like followers and stuff like that, is because I kind of jumped around too many times, getting too broad. The main issue with this is algorithms, and specifically the Instagram algorithm really does cater to those who stick to a specific genre and grow an audience in that genre. So that's just something to think about always, niching down, having a consistent content on your Instagram and a consistent vibe, and all of that really does play a big hand in growing an audience. And that's something that I've seen in my work, that it's something in 2021 I definitely want to improve on a lot. So with that being said, what are the issues with trying to find a niche and trying to hunker down to one specific genre of photography? And I think the biggest negative really only applies to beginner photographers or, more inexperienced young photographers. When you're young in your photography journey, I think it's so important to experiment, and I think it's so important to learn different aspects of photography. And while the basics of using a camera pretty much remain the same across the board, there's so many different things to learn, from landscape photography, architecture photography, food photography, top-down photography, portraits, whatever it is. Each genre of photography, I think I said it earlier, utilizes a different skill. And I think it's important to learn all those different skills. And even if you're not going to be the best at all of them, I think it's good to be able to take bits and pieces and experience from each one of those in order to use it in your, when you become a mature photographer and you have a niche and you have a genre you're working in, you're able to just be comfortable taking different aspects of photography and use it for yourself. And then the final thing I want to talk about is how and when do you decide what niche and what genre of photography do you want to settle with. And then I think the most important thing that comes to this, and I think applies to like 98% of photographers, is you're not really going to know what genre or what niche you want to settle down with and commit full force to until you tried other genres of photography. It's hard to know what you're passionate about without trying everything else first. So with this, you won't just be able to figure out what you're good at, but then you're also going to figure out what you like. So for example, I consider myself good at several different genres of photography, but I don't enjoy them all as equal, right? There are some genres of photography I don't enjoy shooting portraits, to be honest. I rather shoot cars or landscape. I enjoy being out in nature doing creative work rather than shooting with a person and directing them to pose a certain way and have conversations with them. I'm just not so much of a people person and prefer shooting stuff that don't talk back to me. So in my opinion, waking up and being excited on a daily basis or a weekly basis on this genre of photography that you're doing and you feel excitement about it, that is when you know you found the type of photographer that you are. Because honestly, if you decide to do just what you feel like you're best at, but you don't enjoy it that much, it's not going to be a sustainable thing. You're not going to do it for the rest of your life, and you're definitely not going to love your life as much as you would if you chose something you were passionate about from the start and then just built your experience and learned as much as you could throughout the years, become a better and better photographer. So with that being said, I hope that all makes sense. I know for myself in 2021, something I am going to really focus on is just niching down, and I think just shooting something more specific on a consistent basis. And most likely it's going to be landscapes. I'm kind of going back to my roots. That's kind of what I started photography with. Shooting a landscape, doing some nature, and then the occasional car shoot and portrait shoot for freelance stuff. And then my freelance stuff on the side is going to be, I've been doing a lot of real estate, so hopefully I'll do more of that in 2021. But really when it comes to like this creative work and my Instagram and all of that, I really do want to focus on landscapes and becoming the best I can this year at that. So let me know what you guys think down below. I know this is like just very conversational. I didn't really bring too much facts or, research in it, but I don't know what research there is out there for this, but let me know what you guys think down below. Do you guys struggle with this? Do you not? Did you struggle with this? What's your niche now? Just let me know. Any comments you guys have, I'll be super appreciative if you commented and told me all about them, and I'll be sure to reply. And I think I'm going to end the video here. It's been a good day of photography. I've been here pretty much like 5 hours. I stopped at a few trails. I mean, you guys saw like all the footage, but I did like a 4-mile hike. And it was really, really cool. And the weather's just super, super nice. It's like, low 70s and sunny and just like no mosquitoes, which is a huge plus. That's what I love about being out here in December and January. But yeah, guys, I appreciate it. Please, again, like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think about this video. And follow me on Instagram at jfernvisions. Let me know what you guys' goals are in 2021. Super, super excited for the new year. Happy New Year, guys. Create and repeat. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.